Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a good Thursday night. So today I'm going to go ahead and talk about three of my shots and tell you guys the stories behind them. And then I'm also trying to find my groove, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys like one fact about the places that I've been to and stuff like that relating to this picture. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for the first one, it's called Only a Second. So for this shot, it was actually pretty cool because it was one of those shots where you're going super deep, like maybe like 50, 60, 70 feet on this stairway that goes all the way very down to where you're going to get on the subway over there by Times Square. So it's just a really, really long stairway that takes you down to the subway. And I just thought it was really cool, taking pictures and getting that type of like distance shot, that depth. But I was basically just waiting for somebody to turn around. There was people talking on the stairway, talking to each other and everything. But I was just waiting for one person to turn around and like see me take a picture, and then get the reaction of them seeing me taking a picture. But it's all about your energy, and I ended up taking that picture, and she's sort of smiling or just seeing that, hey, look, he's taking a picture. And that was basically that shot. But I really wanted to capture that depth next to her. And then one of my friends actually on Instagram, you know who you are, he actually ended up seeing that whenever he saw this, he was thinking that it was actually like a bar, like a long bar. And after he said that, I couldn't get that out of my head. So I was like, okay, this kind of does look like a bar. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's basically, we were all going down towards the subway, and she was right there. And then she like turned around while she was talking to her friend, and I was able to like snap that shot like really quickly. So I ended up like put in the composition where I wanted it, and basically just waited for somebody to turn around. And let's go ahead and talk about a fact about this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys about the deepest line in New York City. So in Washington Heights, the 191st Street stops along the one line is considered the deepest at 180 feet below street level, according to the MTA. So that's actually the deepest one. So it goes as deep as 180 feet. So a stairway that goes like 60 to 80 feet, at once, it doesn't seem too far off. So I'm pretty sure that was like 60 feet that stairway ended up going down, and gave me that awesome perspective looking down towards it. So yeah, it was really cool. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about the next one. Okay, for the next one, I ended up calling this one Daily Commute. And the reason why I like this one was because it was, oh gosh, it brings up memories. So this was from last year in August, whenever I ended up going to New York City, or the year before that, I can't remember, but I have too many pictures to post, and I'm still posting. So, but for this one, it is on the subway right below Chinatown in August. It's the most terrible time to be in the subway, just because it's extremely hot. And it's just, it's so unbearably hot down there, and there's no air. So whenever a train goes by and it actually goes through the tracks, it pulls in air and it feels so good. So you're just there frying, waiting for the next train to go by. But some of these trains have they're blasting AC, but even though that they're blasting AC, it's still hot because of all the people that go to Chinatown and all this stuff. So it's just unbearably hot regardless. But this one, I really like the composition because I was on one side of the track and they were on the other. And basically I found it like really interesting, the composition of, kind of like a frame of a picture. I used two of the iron, columns on both sides to frame my composition. And then I used the bottom side where the track actually is as like the bottom side of it. So it kind of like makes a good composition of it. And then I ended up using that middle beam where they're standing as, a leading point. So it's like a frame and then leading point, and then you see both of the subjects on both sides of the thing. And I liked it because they weren't both doing the same thing. One's just hanging out against it like that, chilling, waiting for the train to come, and the other one's actually looking straight at me, but you can't see who it is or whatever, because they're wearing a mask, as well as it's like they're wearing their caps, so it's like really, really dark. But I just really like that aesthetic and the composition of it. So this one is pretty cool. But here's the fact about Chinatown, basically. So I found this actually pretty interesting. So Chinatown in New York's Lower Manhattan is one of the oldest historical Chinese neighborhoods in the USA. The enclave has the highest concentration of Chinese individuals in the Western Hemisphere and a total population of nearly 100,000 residents, which, yeah, there's a lot of Chinese people in Chinatown. It's a pretty cool experience. If you've never been there before, you should definitely go there just to take pictures, or going to get fried chicken, or there's just so much food. I ended up having this ramen at this one hotel. Yeah, this is going to be a long video. I ended up having this ramen at this one hotel that was a mix of Mexican spices as well as authentic ramen. Oh my gosh, this is the best ramen I ever had. I've never had a ramen as good as that one since, but yeah, it's a really, really cool place. You should definitely go there. Okay, and then for my last shot, this is we're actually going back to Germany. So as you guys know, and I've told you guys in every single one of these videos, whenever I post these photos, they're like older, and obviously I'm not in Munich right now or anything like that, but whenever I go to these cities, I take like an average of like 8,000 photos, and that's like me planned photos. Like I'm actually planning these photos. And yes, it seems like a lot, but then again, you have to like see it as, you know, I'm there for 3 days, and in 3 days I take 8,000 photos, and I'm literally concentrating on doing street photography the whole time that I'm there. Yes, I'm exploring, I'm gonna go see museums and stuff like that, but mainly I'm there to do street photography. So I'm spending like at least 16 hours a day taking pictures on the street, just randomly walking. And the people that I've traveled with, like my brother, can attest to that for sure. Whenever I'm in New York City, the people that I've traveled with are so used to me, you know, just wandering about, and then, you know, just randomly showing up like a little bit later, like maybe like 10-15 minutes later, like, oh hey, you know, I'm still here. But I get so sidetracked, as you guys seen in like videos that I've done outside and everything in the park with Reggie. I get so sidetracked so easily by different things that are going on that it's just so easy for me to get distracted, and it works perfectly for street photography because I can literally just look around the streets and then see what I find interesting. And then if I find it like extremely interesting, sometimes I like veer off and I just go, okay, well, you know, this person's doing this, or they're playing an instrument or whatever, and I really want to capture this, so I'm gonna go ahead and veer off in that direction and see, you know, what it is. See what I can capture, basically, because it's just something that I love. It comes like, you know, it's like the deepest parts of my heart. This is literally what I love to do, so that's why I end up spending so much time doing it. But this one is called Random Thoughts. So again, one of those things. So like I was actually waiting for, so they don't, no, they do, they have a subway system in Munich, but I ended up using the above ground trains a lot in Munich. So I was actually waiting for you know, the train that was going to come by over there in Munich and in Germany specifically too. The trains that go from city to city are on a very strict schedule. So especially like these above city trains and whatnot, the trolleys and whatnot, everything is always timed, and it's gonna get there when it's timed. It's actually pretty cool. It's like really, people that live there will probably be like, oh no, you know, it's terrible, you know, it's not good. But you know, for Americans that don't have a good subway system or train system, like here, especially in Texas, we have no subway system. It's eye-opening to see how you know, consistent these trains are and everything. But basically, I was just waiting there for the next train to come by, and I ended up taking pictures of people that were just waiting, kind of like culture pictures, like, oh, this is how people from Munich are. And I ended up seeing him there, and he was just like deep in thought and basically just looking to the side. So it's okay, yeah, that's gonna be a good shot for this. So I ended up positioning myself to where I was taking a picture of him in front of the railing, and then like I ended up waiting for a train to go by behind him. So I was able to capture that, and they ended up actually stopping at one point, because the shots leading to this shot, it was actually like blurry pictures of the train passing by, and some people like that, but I wanted it to be more uniform, just because it's like the, you know, the horizontal lines, especially the line in front of him. This is all the stuff that I think about without really thinking about it. But I ended up teaching myself this whenever I was starting street photography, and ever since then it's just second nature. But basically, I wanted to capture like a line in front of him and then a line behind him, but I wanted it to be static so that your eye is automatically led to him, and not, you know, just like you see the train go fast in the background and you're like, your eye leads you away from the subject. But I want you to see him deep in thought. So that's why I ended up having the train be static in the background, and that makes it a little easier. So I ended up taking this out of like maybe like 10 shots. This is the shot that I ended up with. The bad thing that I did with this is that I ended up having my shutter speed. Usually I have it like at 250 and above, and I ended up having the ND filter like pretty dark. So I had to like basically lift the shadows as high as they went. And yes, sometimes it's not going to be perfect or whatever, but I still ended up getting the shot. So there you go. Okay, and now a fact about Munich. So for this one, okay, so in the middle of Munich flows the Eisbach, a side arm of the Isar River that runs through the beautiful park English Garden. Everyday river shredders line up to surf on this ice-cold wave. In a case of surfing is not for you. Oh, no, whatever. We don't have to worry about that. But basically, it's this really cool. Really cool spot that I ended up missing because I didn't know about it whenever I went there. I didn't do enough research. But it's like this wave that people like usually go to and surf in the middle of Munich, in the middle of the city, in this park, and it's pretty cool. Like I ended up one of the people that I ended up hanging out with in Munich. They were actually showing me videos and everything of like people doing it. And I was like, oh man, I should have gone there. That would have been really, really cool to see. But I ended up running out of time and I had to go back, you know, to another city. So, but yeah, it was actually pretty cool. And whenever I saw like pictures of it and the video that he showed me, I thought it was pretty cool. But that's something interesting to know about Munich, that whenever you go there, definitely go to, what's it called? The English Garden. Beautiful. Yeah, English Garden, because you can actually go there and there'll be, you know, surfing, but be sure to go there mainly in, you know, hotter months like June, July, so you have like more people there surfing and everything, because it says that the water is ice cold. So I'm guessing like, you know, the colder the weather gets, the less people are going to be there. So definitely go there during the summer. But yeah, those are basically the shots. This video is already like 12 minutes, 12:43, which is ridiculous. But yeah, it's a long video. But yeah, this is mainly going to be the formats of my videos now. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the shot that I did, and then like basically how I came upon that shot, as well as like a fact or something interesting about the city or wherever I ended up going. But yeah, definitely a lot more to look forward to. Trust me, there's so much stuff to look forward to. But one of the things, just real quick, I know it's like 13 minutes, and if you're still here, I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You know, I don't deserve this support, but you guys are really, really awesome. And I love that you guys actually like check out my work and, you know, appreciate my work, because it honestly takes a lot of hours to get it done. But I love it, so I don't feel like it's like, you know, crazy amount of work or whatnot, but that's just what it is. But yeah, I already lost the train of thought. Oh yeah, okay, so one thing that I want to go ahead and start is that I'm going to go ahead and do street photography on Saturdays or Sundays here in Dallas and Fort Worth. But I'm going to go ahead and go to a restaurant, an interesting restaurant around the area that a lot of people don't know about, or, you know, a lot of people know about, but maybe you specifically don't know about. And then I'm just going to go ahead and record and show you guys these restaurants, as well as, you know, talk about the street photography that I'm doing that day. So I'll probably like leave it to like only like 3 hours out of the day to do street photography on a Saturday or whatnot, and then go into a restaurant, and then, you know, that'll be the video. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that just to give you guys more content until I'm able to you know, fix my studio and everything, and then I'm able to go ahead and travel some more, and then show you guys some more street photography from other places. But in the meantime, that's what we'll be doing. I can't promise to do it every single weekend, but you know, I'm going to try to do it as often as possible, so I can both upgrade my street photography as well as explore the city and show you guys restaurants that maybe you guys aren't really thinking about or haven't ever gone to. So yeah, that'll be something that I'll be doing from now on. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good Thursday night, and I'll go ahead and catch you guys next time.